Hey everyone, I'm Palin.
I'm Jordan.
I'm Diamond.
And we are from Sevierville, Tennessee. You might know this area because of Dollywood. Anyway, we are starting this channel because I have Lyme disease. Do you know what that is?
No.
Remember a tick dipping?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we get asked all the time, probably more than 5 times a day, about my story, my journey, where I'm at, all that. So, we're doing this. We are going to film everything I do. That includes wherever we take this guy and anywhere we go, at home, when I'm doing therapy, all of it. So, a little backstory before I tell you where I'm at now. I had this little one in April of 2018, and I had a horrible labor. My epidural line broke right when I was about to push. They had to redo all of it, and it was brutal, the whole thing. So that night I started shaking, I had chills, I was sweating. It was like I was withdrawing from drugs. The nurse had told us that it was probably me coming off the epidural. So, we went home. I had 2 more episodes, I think. I don't remember exactly how many. It's been almost 6 years. But it was, no. But it was different. We didn't really know if it was like postpartum because he's my first, my only. I didn't know. So a few months go by, I start having trouble opening things like toothpaste bottles. Well, yeah, now presents. But, I need this.
It's not Christmas anymore.
Y'all are seeing the first thing I need help with.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was like small things. Like his bottles became challenging, and his diapers, opening them, and then it started moving up my arms and shoulders and legs and all of it. I saw many doctors. They ran panels on panels on panels of blood work. everything came back normal other than a white blood cell count. But it wasn't anything like life-threatening. It was, I think like 0.5 maybe. But every one of them was elevated like 0.5. Hold on 1 minute. Bella.
Bella.
They're fine.
Bella, guys.
It's okay, James.
Get
Bella
out.
is our dog. We also have a dog named
Buddy.
Yes. And we have 2 cats, but they're locked up right now. They get on the counter and it's not fun.
We used to have 3 buddies, but now we have 2.
Yes. One passed away last week. Anyway, my story.
And 100 chickens.
Yeah, we have 100 chickens. No, we have 9? 9.
And a rooster.
And 1 rooster named
Doodle?
Yes,
I forgot.
Doodle.
That's how
Anyway, after all that blood work, my only option was to see a neurologist, and I was referred there. He did panels of blood work. I had a MRI, spinal tap, and a EMG. The EMG is awful. They basically poke needles in all your nerves and muscles and then electric bolts through them to test them. That was the only test that came back a little abnormal. But it wasn't like crazy or anything. So on that day that I had that EMG, that was in April, was it 2020? April 2020, I was diagnosed with ALS. It was absolutely devastating. I remember like wanting to puke, and I think I may have even blacked out. My husband almost hit the ground. He was pale. I remember asking him, probably the only question I asked was, how long do I have? And his response to me was, most ALS patients live 3 to 5 years. And so you're at 3 years now. You'll have about 2 left, and you will be wheelchair bound in 6 months. And that was a shock to us. It was devastating. Like, I feel for all the families that have went through the news of a timeline on your life. It was awful. We kind of went into hermit crab mode after that for a couple months. He had referred me to Vanderbilt to a ALS specialist, and we were in with them when, Jordan? It was like
In
5 months after.
Probably winter 2021, early 2021.
Okay.
Or
So
spring.
longer than 5 months. But I walked in there and he ruled out ALS immediately. He told me in his experience, ALS patients would have already been way bad, like way bad by year 3, almost 4 when I went there. So he told me I could possibly have the cousin of ALS, which is PLS, but he didn't know for sure. He recommended I start therapy, so I did physical and occupational for almost 2 years. I was there 4 hours a week, but I was exhausted from it, and it was hard with like a toddler and trying to do everything plus make time for that. It was hard. So I actually gave up therapy. I gave up hunting for answers of what was happening to me. By the end of 2022, things were getting way difficult. My speech, like it is now, had slowed way down. People couldn't hardly understand me. It's improved quite a bit. But yeah, I couldn't hardly walk. I had trouble feeding myself. Anyway, I had gave up, and when I gave up, I lost a lot of muscle everywhere, and I literally laid around waiting to die, basically. But in January of 2023, my stepmom was on TikTok, of all places, and found a video of a woman explaining about this video she had seen on YouTube by a Dr. Al Miller, George?
Yeah, Miller.
Dr. Al Miller, and it's a 4-part video, and he is like basically explaining his daughter-in-law, I think daughter-in-law, had started having symptoms of Lyme, but all her antibodies tests came back negative. So him being a doctor ran what's the one called? Always forget.
The CD57.
CD57 or a Western blot test. I watched the videos over and over, and called a family friend of ours who is also a doctor, and told him everything, which he already knew what was happening with me. Funny thing, he actually told me when all this first started that he could almost bet money I had Lyme disease. Anyway, I asked him if he would run those for me, and I went and had the 57 one done, and it came back good. It was fine. Actually, no, it wasn't. Remember, it came back. There were 2 things that were flagged. I don't know what they were, but 2 things were flagged on it, and he told me to get in with my primary care and ask her to run a Western blot, because insurance is kind of wonky with it. They don't want to cover it. So I went to her and I explained everything, brought her all my records, tests, everything, and asked her to run it. And it was like 3 weeks, I think, we waited on results, and she called me, and the first thing she said was, "Have you been bitten by a tick?" And I had been asked that very same question probably 8 times by other doctors. And my answer was, not that I remember. And she told me, based off this Western blot, on the bands that came back reactive, which I believe were 45
60 something.
and maybe 66, I think. I had a past infection. She wasn't a specialist. She couldn't tell me for sure. But based off those results in front of her, I had Lyme, but it wasn't active, but it was untreated when I had it, and it's kind of grew. I guess it's kind of like mold, if you think about it. If you don't treat it, but it's there, it's gonna grow. I don't know. Anyway, a friend of mine who also has Lyme disease had been seeing this doctor in Birdstown, Tennessee. And he told me he was the best he's been to. So, my primary care that ran the Western Blot referred me to him, and I think we got in there in like a month's time, and that was April of last year, so 2023. So all this information happened in like 3 months. I immediately started antibiotics for my treatment. I'm still on them. It's been 8 months, I think, right? 8 months.
7 or 8 months.
And I'm still here. I take doxycycline. Maybe it's cycline. I don't know. And Flagyl or Flagyl, however you pronounce it. I take handfuls of vitamins every day. It's been quite a journey this far. I'm still not back, not near back. I have probably had pounds of swelling and fluid come off me. Since last year, I've actually lost 55 pounds, and my husband and I feel like a lot of that was all the swelling that was happening in my joints and hands and everywhere. I do know I've gotten a lot of energy back. Used to, I wanted to do nothing. I didn't want to leave. I wanted to be at home all the time. And now I wake up. It does take me a little bit to wake up, get going, basically get my joints loosened, but once I'm up, I'm ready. So that's improved. Energy, swelling, as far as mobility, not much. My Lyme doctor actually didn't want me to do therapy because of all the swelling. He was worried it would actually irritate it and make it worse. So I have lost a little more muscle, which is disappointing, I would say. But also, I'm not moving. Like, I literally don't do anything. And it's funny, but it's not. I can't. I don't have the muscle to. So, that's where I'm at. I've got a long journey ahead. And, if y'all would also pray for us too about this long journey we're in. But we wanted to start this also for us too. Like, hopefully we'll be able to like see how I improve by these videos. Yeah. Come on.
Come here, Jamie.
Come on, Jim. But yeah, I thought this would be neat. I started a book. I got through probably a year of what has happened, and it was more detailed than what I just told you. But I thought it's better this way. So we're gonna start vlogging, I guess that's what it's called. My journey and our life and how much they helped me. My husband was a godsend because I couldn't do this without him. He literally helps me with everything. He helps me bathe, and he curled my hair today. He helps me walk to the bathroom, and he everything. He helps feed me because I can't hold a fork for too long. I mean, it's amazing. But we are going to film it all. We're gonna put it out there for everyone to see, because if you're on this crazy road of love, then you're not alone. I think that's it. I'm gonna post this, and hopefully tomorrow we'll film more, and I'll post more. I am new to YouTube. I don't know what they say. I think it's like and subscribe to our channel, and you'll get updates of us there. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you maybe tomorrow. Bye.